Hello? How do I make my face seen?
Don't be afraid. My name is Dr. Fearless. I'm so happy to be in your Zoom room.
What the fuck, guys? It's not funny anymore.
My goodness, your language.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Just a second.
What are you doing?
Oh, hello.
I'm speaking to the people in the boxes.
Happy spookies.
Get out. Oh, look, it's David Dastmalchian, whatever. I am hosting the Chainsaw Awards. You can't be here.
I know. Selfie!
No selfie, please. Can you just give me 6 feet?
David, I'm vaccinated.
How did you get a vaccine?
Mad scientist vampires are essential workers.
Out.
It's not fair. I love horror much more than you. How did this stiff get the job?
Well, they wanted people to actually tune in this year to the show.
I got my teeth polished for this special occasion. Your teeth have so much tartar, I could dip fish sticks in them.
I don't know what to say. Please leave.
Fine. At your own peril, please, Mr. Dastmalch, however you say your name, host the Chainsaw Awards. But remember, who has the better hair?
Hi. My apologies. Good evening. I'm your host, David Dastmalchian, and I am so excited to welcome you to the 2021 FANGORIA Chainsaw Awards. Tonight, I am elated to help celebrate the best in horror from 2020 as voted by you, the Fangorians. What can I say? It has been a hard year. We've all been hunkered down, waiting for our lives to return to normal. There's so many movies we were excited about that got pushed, like A Quiet Place 2 and Halloween Kills, Nia DaCosta's Candyman. Personally, all my work stopped, and obviously I haven't seen most of the people I love in over a year in person. I have an incredible 3- and 6-year-old who have been in our faces 24/7 for a year. It's a horror comedy that wrote itself. But in spite of all the uncertainty, one thing remained clear. It was a banner year for horror. Horror movies helped carry us through this year and set all kinds of amazing new landmarks for the genre. And Shudder, God love Shudder, saw a record surge in subscriptions. The list goes on and on and on. Tonight is about celebrating the tenacity and resilience of the horror community and the incredible horror movies that got all of us fans through this difficult year. Speaking of fandom, I am a huge fan of our first presenter. His voice gives me the chills in such a good way. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to introduce the one and only Mr. Keith David.
The value of a supporting performer is immeasurable. They're unsung heroes who help the plot evolve and give our lead characters purpose. One may even boast they're more important than the leads, or, at any rate, often more memorable. Tonight, we celebrate the talents of these chameleons. Here are the nominees for Best Supporting Performance. Xander Berkeley, The Dark and the Wicked. Clancy Brown, The Mortuary Collection. Will Forte, Extraordinary. Brea Grant, After Midnight. Udo Kier, Bacurau. Alice Krieg, Gretel and Hansel. Stephen McHattie, Come to Daddy. Robin Nevin, Relic. Julia Oliver Touchstone, The Dark and the Wicked. Misha Osherovich, Freaky. Vanessa Williams, Bad Hair. And the chainsaw goes to Clancy Brown, The Mortuary Collection.
Oh, look what's on my breakfast table. It's the coveted FANGORIA Chainsaw Award. Let's see what it says, shall we? 2021 FANGORIA Chainsaw Award for Best Supporting Performance in the Mortuary Collection, Clancy Brown. That's so interesting. Who the heck is Clancy Brown, anyway? Well, I'm Clancy Brown. That's me. I'm here in an undisclosed location filming a super secret project that probably you've all heard about by now. But I just wanted to thank the fans for voting for the Mortuary Collection and me as Best Supporting Performance. I'm happy to represent the film as a really special little film that we made. I think I should thank Justin Ross and Allison Friedman for producing it, and Lauren Fitzsimmons for designing it, beautiful design, and Caleb and Ellie for shooting it, did a terrific job. Tom Woodruff designed the makeup of Montgomery Dark, the makeup I had to wear every morning, and that was through Amalgamated Dynamics. And Mo Meinhardt, who had the thankless task of putting the makeup on me every morning and keeping it fresh throughout the shooting day, as well as doing a number of other visual effects on the film, like the little burnt babies and Caitlin Fisher's final makeup. Also want to thank Caitlin Fisher, my old co-star in our vignette. She was so lovely, so wonderful, such a good actress and such a good person to work with. She was with the film as long as Ryan Spindell, the writer-director of it. They filmed The Babysitter Murder several years before we got a chance to finish filming in Astoria, Oregon a couple years ago. She's a real special person, too good for this industry. Great actress, great mom, great wife, I'm sure. And I love you, Caitlin. And I love you, Mo. And I love you, Ryan. Ryan, the writer-director, who's quite a talent. Is dumb enough to get fooled into casting me, but smart enough to use me well and make a great movie, a great debut movie, by the way. So there's a lot more coming from Ryan. And I hope we're able to bring Montgomery Dark to life in subsequent projects. That would be a lot of fun if Ryan can put up with me going forward. But anyway, thanks everybody for voting for the Mortuary Collection, and look how cool this award is. It's just the coolest award ever. You can keep your Tonys and your Emmys and your Oscars. There's nothing quite as cool as a FANGORIA Chainsaw Award. Look at that. It's just absolutely perfect, anatomically correct in every way. My wife will never allow this to be seen on our breakfast table. I know that for a fact.
Many of us are still grieving the movie theater experience. The smell of fresh popcorn, the challenge of coming up with a new and novel creative threat for the guy a couple of seats ahead of you who won't turn off his phone, the anticipation of wondering if you'll have to make good on that threat. Thankfully, streaming sites have filled the void with amazing fright flicks that we've been able to enjoy from the discomfort of our own home. The nominees for Best Streaming Premiere are Anything for Jackson, The Beach House, His House, Host, The Mortuary Collection, and Run. And the winner is Host. Congratulations.
Hi, Fangoria. Thank you so much for our incredible award. It really means the world to us. The best, read it, Doug. What is it? Best streaming premiere movie. It's really incredible. We didn't expect any of this when we were making the movie. It was really just to keep us all sane during the lockdown, and the fact that people have responded to it in such a lovely way, it really means the world to us. And I'm rambling, so Doug, I want you to take over. I'm going to keep talking.
I think just, you know, one of the really special things about this film was that it was made by so many different people. Lots of people kind of contributed to kind of author this film alongside Rob and myself. And so we just thought it'd be a nice opportunity in this speech to say thank you. And I hope they'll come along and join us.
Yeah, just one more thing.
Happy
Speakies!
Cheers.
There's nothing like the first time. First features are like works of magic. They're unpredictable, uncompromising, ambitious. There's nothing like watching a new voice carve out its own unique style. And this year's lineup is no exception. These are the filmmakers who are going to be redefining the genre for years to come. Nominees for Best First Feature are Amulet, Come to Daddy, Dead Dicks, Extraordinary, and Sea Fever. And the winner is... Aunt Timpson with Come to Daddy.
Hi everybody, it's Aunt Timpson here, director of Come to Daddy, chiming in all the way from New Zealand. This is the vault in the Avondale Theatre, the Hollywood Avondale. A lot of great films in here have inspired me over the years, but I have to say, very early inspiration in horror came from a little magazine you might know called Fangoria. I guess you would know it, considering this is the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards of 2021. Look, it was a blast to be nominated, let alone end up winning the award. It was a real treat to find that out. And I just want to thank everyone who voted for the film. I'm not too sure how it worked. I know that my family voted a lot, and some Russian spam bots might have helped win this thing at the end of the day. But, you know, it's not really about winning, is it? It's about acknowledgement. All the films that are involved, you know, but like Highlander, there can be only one. And this year, it's Come to Daddy, man. We pulled it off. Many thought there's no way in hell that this little film could win favor with such a massive organization like Fangoria. But, you know, even Rex Reed called it the worst film of 2020. So I want to dedicate this glorious award to Rex Reed and to everyone who voted for the film, all the Fango fans and the Shudderites who are probably watching this at home, stoned on their couches. Thanks, everybody. It was a blast. Let's hope we can do it again. Stay safe, and let's all wait so we can get back to watching movies in cinemas and streamers. Sorry, Shudder. All right. Ciao, everybody.
Last year gave us a smorgasbord of shows to bite into and binge. Vampires, ghosts, demons, and how the terrors of the past bridge to the present. Here are the nominees for Best Series: Dracula, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Hellstorm, Lovecraft Country, and What We Do in the Shadows. And the chainsaw goes to What We Do in the Shadows.
I don't really have the authority to speak for everyone on What We Do in the Shadows. As a guest star playing the Baron in a few episodes of What We Do in the Shadows, but I certainly hope I speak for the entire cast and crew in expressing such great gratitude to such a legacy and an iconic figure in the horror industry as Fangoria. Thank you so much for recognizing this show as worthy of your time and attention, and let's dig our fangs into the next season. And who knows, the Baron might have been charred up and burnt by the sun, but it's fantasy and it's a vampire world. Anything can happen.
Oh, you look so beautiful. I am really excited. Oh, hi. You know, when I was in the 3rd grade, all of my peers wanted to be doctors or soccer players or astronauts when they grew up. I wanted to be a horror effects makeup artist. My mom really loved that. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the job that I have as a grown-up, but so much of my work relies on the incredible artistry of the makeup effects artists working in cinema today. I'm just overjoyed that tonight I get to be part of honoring the great achievements in horror makeup effects during 2020. This is really exciting, isn't it? Presenting the award for Best Makeup Effects tonight is an incredible artist in their own right. They were crowned the next drag super monster on season 2 of the Boulet Brothers' amazing Dragula. Just an incredible artist who is pushing the boundaries of cinema makeup effects. Biqtch Puddin. Did you see season 2? Remember Biqtch Puddin with that paint gun? Watch out. Biqtch Puddin knows what's up.
Oh, my goodness, y'all just scared a bitch. Speaking of bitches, hi everybody, I'm Biqtch Puddin, and don't mind me, I'm just sitting here reading the good book. You know, the one from our Lord, our Savior? Satan. Anywho, y'all must be here for the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. Now, I did get y'all's memo in the mail, and you told me to wear my most fanciest attire, and I feel like I did just that. I got both girls showing, 1 and 2. Got my personality, a shower, I shaved. And for those who are curious, I did make some hors d'oeuvres. I got some cornbread in the kitchen if y'all want some. Oh. We're still in quarantine, aren't we? Okay, well, we can keep the ball on rolling. Let's do it. All right, well, I bet you're dying to know who wins, but I just want to remind you this. You guys look gorgeous. Latex, blood, prosthetics. These are the tools for a delicious date night. But they're also weapons used by the makeup artist. Used to give actors jaw-dropping transformations. Here are the nominees for the best makeup effects. Bitches. Alterian Studios for Freaky. Amalgamated Dynamics for the Mortuary Collection. Liz Byrne for Gretel and Hansel. Paul Jones for Random Acts of Violence. Dan Martin for Possessor. And the Chainsaw Award goes to... Dan Martin for Possessor. Congrats, Dan! You killed it! But seriously, congratulations.
Hello, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. Thank you so much. Thank you to Brandon, obviously, Kareem and Rob for being wonderful, Andy Stark for bringing me on board, my amazing team, you for voting. This is incredible. Thank you so much.
I'm going to have to pretend that this is the first take and that I don't know who won and that this envelope is still sealed and you're gonna play this game with me, ¿ok? Si le tienes miedo a los subtítulos, es tiempo de enfrentarlos. Hay un mar de historias allá afuera y es tiempo de darnos cuenta de que somos más parecidos que diferentes y al final del día todos gritamos en el mismo idioma. Las películas nominadas para Mejor Película Internacional son Bacurau, Blood Quantum, Impetigore, La Llorona y Sputnik. ¿Quién será el ganador? The Tension. Es La Llorona. Felicidades, Jairo. It is I was going to say pretty amazing movie.
Hello, I'm Jairo Bustamante, director of LLORONA from Guatemala. Thank you. I want to say thank you, Chase Award, to that prize. It's an honor for us. I want to say thank you to my team too, because they are part of that. The cast and all the people who make that film became a reality. Even with all the obstacles that means in a country as mine to make a film talking about the problematic after the war and the genocide that we lived. So thank you, and thank you to the people who thinks that cinema can be a tool to change and impact societies. Bye-bye.
Rebecca, I'm so excited for this because it's the first year we're doing this award. We made it up this year, Achievement in Nonfiction.
I am so excited as well, Phil. This is the first time for us doing this. In decades of doing the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards, we've never had a nonfiction category, which is shocking because nonfiction has always been a huge part of horror history.
And it's having a bit of a moment lately. There's a lot of great documentaries every year on the Fest circuit and every year on Shudder and the streaming services. They're really kind of blowing up, and we couldn't ignore it anymore. It was time to create a category.
Yeah, podcasts, documentaries, TV shows. This includes a lot. A lot of these people have been making horror content for a long time, and a lot of them are new to this. But the one thing that they all have in common is each one of these stories is laughter, tears, horror history, and truth. And so without further ado, here are the nominees for Achievement in Nonfiction.
Blood and Flesh, The Real Life and Ghastly Death of Al Adamson.
The Boulet Brothers' Dragula, Resurrection.
Cursed Films.
The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs.
Leap of Faith, William Friedkin on The Exorcist.
Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street.
And the very first Chainsaw for Achievement in Nonfiction ever goes to
The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. Congratulations.
Congrats, Joe Bob, and your whole crew.
Oh, wow. This is for me. You know, I'm so shocked. You know, the entire cast of The Last Drive-In should be accepting this. Except we only have one other cast member. So Darcy the Mail Girl should be here accepting this along with me, because after all, she's the one who, you know, rigged the voting machines. Or, I mean, she's the one who conducted the voting campaign for the Fango Chainsaw Awards. So I can't tell you how I felt when UPS showed up with this actual chainsaw award. And it's beautiful. I'm about to cry when I look at it. It's got the chainsaw, the skull. And look at this. It's got my name on it, and it says nonfiction. See, I told you guys I wasn't lying. It says right here, everything I say is not made up. It is truthful. So anyway, I want to thank the Fango Academy, Phil Nobile, Tara Ansley, Abby Goel, Meredith Borders. But, you know, thank you, Fangoria, for being here, because I used to write for Fangoria. They paid me in the high two figures. And for a while last year, we thought the whole Fango experience had gone belly up. But you guys picked it up, dusted it off, made this feel like a family reunion. So love you guys. Never stop publishing photos of brain matter. That's why we love you. Okay, I'm going to put this in a place of honor on my mantle. Actually, I don't have a mantle, so it'll go on the fridge. But I'm humbled and aghast and amazed. And somebody stop me, okay? I'm good. Thank you.
My name is Emmanuel Segafor Jr., and I am the director of the Amazon Welcome to the Blumhouse film Black Box. So music haunts us long after a film is ended. With a single note, it could make your skin crawl, it could startle you, it can possess you to feel any emotion it desires. Here are the nominees for Best Score. Roque Banos, His House, Rob, Gretel and Hansel, Tom Schrader, The Dark and the Wicked, Jim Williams, Possessor, Christopher Young and Lustmord, The Empty Man. And the chainsaw goes to Jim Williams, Possessor.
Oh, Wow, thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank all of my fans, my agent, my attorney, my stylist, of course, my dresser, my undertaker, my lobotomist, and, to give this speech on behalf of Jim Williams is so special. You know, I always listen to the Possessor soundtrack when I am performing vivisection upon myself. It reminds me, over 2,000 years ago when Wait, I'm getting played off? Come on, this is a good speech. Oh, well, thank you, Fangoria, and to all the boils and ghouls who voted for Jim Williams. Congratulations!
I have had the privilege of playing so many otherworldly creatures over many years, and I never could have done those fantastical characters alone. Behind every great horror creature is a great human creature creator whose passion and talent bring the impossible to life, and whose efforts take up residence in our nightmares. Here are the nominees for Best Creature Effects. Jim Henson Studio, Come Play. David Marty and Montse Ribe, His House. Dan Martin, Color Out of Space. Eric Porn, The Wretched. And Cliff Wallace, Amulet. And the chainsaw goes to Dan Martin, Color Out of Space.
Two. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. Thank you to Spectavision for being amazing. Thank you to Hillary and Courtney Anderjar for putting me up for the job. Thank you to my incredible team, and thank you all for voting. Thank you so much.
Wow, this is like the Train to Busan of award shows. I mean, we started with axes swinging and blood splattering, and ooh, it's only gonna get more fun from here. Now is the time to summon a post-goth, dada step, gay piano demon looming over toilets near you. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Bad City, it's Smiling Beth.
To me, but I could bite your throat, maybe set so fucking helpless standing under the street light. But you know I got a job to do. Where does my face turn red while my blood stains blue? How do you fall in
How do you fall in love? Oh, that was absolutely fantastic. Don't you agree, darling? Let's all give applause for the Smiling Beth. Although I don't understand why they call her Smiling Beth. They call me Dr. Fearless because I am without fear. But Smiling Beth does not smile so much. Like you, you beauty. You seem so undead.
Get out.
So, despite their limited theatrical runs, these nominees received rapturous reviews and became stamped in history as some of the most respected and memorable entries into the genre. So, the nominees for the Chainsaw Award for Best Limited Release Movie are Color Out of Space, The Dark and the Wicked, Possessor, Relic, and The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Let's see who the award goes to. Give me that. And the Chainsaw Award 2021 for Best Limited Release Movie goes to Color Out of Space. Woohoo!
We'll be accepting this award on behalf of Spectre Vision. Congratulations.
Writers are creatures of the night. They dwell in the shadows, isolated, conjuring our worst nightmares and fantasies from the depths of their brain caves. Here are the nominees for Best Screenplay. Kleber Mendoza Filho and Juliano Dornelles for Bacurau. Toby Harvard, Come to Daddy. Michael Kennedy and Christopher Landon, Freaky. Remy Weeks, His House. And Lee Wanell, The Invisible Man. And the chainsaw goes to... Lee Wanell, The Invisible Man.
Oh, hey. I wasn't reading an article about one of my own films in an old issue of Fangoria at all. I wouldn't do that. That's because I'm here to say thank you to Fangoria and to the Chainsaw Awards for this wonderful honor of the Best Screenplay Award. And in such great company. I'm actually sitting in the very room where The Invisible Man was written. I'd like to be in some big function hall somewhere getting drunk with you all, but there's a little global pandemic you may have heard about, so here we are. But it is fitting to be in this room, and when I'm in here thinking about the screenplay for Invisible Man, I think about all the support I got from Jason Blum and everyone at Blumhouse, Cooper Samuelson, Bea Sequeira, and all the people there, from Donna Langley, Peter Kramer, and everyone at Universal. You know, feature film screenwriting is a lonely job, but you do need a lot of support, and all of those guys were really the best when it came to that. I also have to thank a person that I called my co-writer on the set of the film, which is Elizabeth Moss. Elizabeth and I really worked on this screenplay and the character to make it as good as we could be, so thank you, Lizzie, for that. And then lastly, but not leastly, to you guys, the fans of Fangoria, and indeed horror fans all around the world. It's a real honor for me to be in this club of horror filmmakers and fans. It's a really inclusive club, as you guys know, accepts all types of people from all parts of the world. I'm so happy to be a part of that community, and this really means a lot to me. Thank you.
Greetings to all you Fango fiends out there. It's me, Kevin Smith, and I'm proud to be part of the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards for 2021. Thank you for having me. Apologies, they've chosen me to bestow the Director Award. Probably doing it ironically, a bunch of people laughing behind my back or something like that. Regardless, I have directed some films, poorly I'm told by critics. I have directed some horror films, also poorly I've been told by critics. But I know a thing or two about directing is my point. And the only thing you need to be a director, ladies and gentlemen, is a dream. That's it. Directors are dreamers. You don't need jorts like me. You don't need weed, although it really helps. You need passion, a dream, a willingness to do it, a willingness to look over the fence and be like, they're doing it. Why not me? I can make pretend like a grown-ass man or woman. Like, I ain't waiting. I'm going to do this. There's a list of people that didn't wait. They're telling their story, man. They're taking their passion. They're making it happen, and all the other Flashdance lyrics. The following directors are up for Best Director, or Best Director Chainsaw Award. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Bertino for The Dark and the Wicked. Justin G. Dick, or Deke, I loved saying it the first way. Anything for Jackson. Romola Garai for Amulet. Natalie Erica James for Relic. Remy Weeks for His House. And Lee Wannell for The Invisible Man. Winnell? Probably. I'm sorry, this is coming from a Smith. We got one pronunciation, kids, so my bad. My hearty congratulations to the nominees. I saw every one of those movies. Great fucking job. Better job than I would have done. Not a high compliment. And the winner of the Best Director Chainsaw Award for 2021. If I get a paper cut, I'll show you. It'll be gory. It'll be so perfect and on brand for Fangoria. The winner is, or the Best Director is. Best Director is, yeah, I agree. Lee! Lee did it for The Invisible Man, man. Lee Wannell. Probably can't see him. It's a joke. Congratulations to the nominees, and of course to Lee himself. Well done. I love that movie.
Hey guys, I'm not about to let Jason Sudeikis walk away with the best hoodie worn while accepting an award category, so I had to wear my own hoodie. Thanks for the inspiration though, Jason. And thank you to Fangoria and the Chainsaw Awards for this incredible honor of the Best Directing Award. It's especially incredible given the company I'm in. All of the films made by my fellow nominees are brilliant. I've watched them all over the past year, and they've provided me with lots of entertainment during this little quarantine we're going through. But as any director who is honest knows that you're only as good as your cast and your crew. So I want to say thank you to Elizabeth Moss, Aldous Hodge, and all the cast of Invisible Man. I want to say thank you to Stefan Duccio, Andy Canny, Kylie Dufresne, who produced the film with me in Australia, and the entire crew of The Invisible Man. You guys really made the film what it is. I'm so thankful to you, and this award is really yours. And then lastly but not leastly, to all the horror fans around the world, many of whom are Fangoria readers. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for all the support you've given Invisible Man over the past year and all the nice things you've said online. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm here presenting the Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Best Lead Performance, and yes, I'm talking to you from the shower. I spend a lot of time in the shower. I think about my mother, and I wish she was here. And if it wasn't for a shower, she would be. So, I would like to just say that because of all of the inclusion that is so important in the world today, I'm a little concerned that it's only chainsaws getting the attention. What about knives? Razor blades? What about a good pickaxe? Really? So I'm a little concerned. I'm going to write a letter to the Board of Governors, and I'm sure they will ignore me. Anyway, here are the nominees for the best performance. Jim Cummings, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Shape Derisu, His House. Jeremy Gardner, After Midnight. Heston Horwin, Dead Dicks. Maren Ireland, The Dark and the Wicked. Carla Yuri, Amulet. Tamara Lawrence, Kindred. Emily Mortimer, Relic. Wunmi Mosaku, His House. Elizabeth Moss, Invisible Man. Catherine Newton, Freaky. Andrea Risenborough, Possessor. Alex Sakaranu, Amulet. And Vince Vaughn, Freaky. Big long list. And may I have the envelope, please? The 2021 Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Lead Performance is Elizabeth Moss, Invisible Man. Woo! Chicks rule.
Hello everyone, I'm Jason Blum and I'm accepting Fangoria's Chainsaw Award for Best Lead Performance on behalf of the amazing Elizabeth Moss, who is just spectacular in the movie. I know Elizabeth would want to acknowledge the other fantastic performances that were nominated in this category. She would like to thank the director and writer of this film, Leigh Whannell, and the rest of the amazing cast and crew and the good people at both Blumhouse and Universal. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Many people think I'm very handsome as well. And now, on to our next presenter, a daring artist who likes to get injuries. Maybe someday I can perform surgery on him. The actor and stuntman, James Jude Courtney.
For the category of Best Kill, we told you to tell us what you thought was best. Here are some of the best kills from 2020. Chainsaw for Best Kill goes to Leigh Whannell, the Invisible Man. Congratulations, Leigh.
Best kill. Thank you, guys. If Fangoria is going to give out an award, best kill is the one you want, surely, from Fangoria. I'm really proud of this one. I've killed a few people in my time, not for real that anyone knows of, but in films I've killed a lot of people. I've killed them with needles, with guns, fire, knives, possibly even knitting needles. But the kill in The Invisible Man in the restaurant is one that I was really proud of, that we had to get right. I knew it would be a big shock in the theater, or I hoped it would be a big shock if we got it right. And I loved hearing the reaction in theaters. Thank you so much for recognizing that scene in the film. It's why we go to the movies, right? None of us have been to the movies in a while, or at least none of us in the US. Shout out to Australia. Thanks, relatives, for rubbing it in my face that you're going to the movies all the time. But when you're sitting in a theater and you hear a bunch of people scream in unison, that's just the best feeling in the world, whether you're the filmmaker or an audience member. So in this instance, thank you guys. Thank you for being a great audience. I appreciate it.
That was a lot of good kills this year, am I right? Wow. I actually got to see The Invisible Man in theaters right before the pandemic started, and the audible gasp from the audience during that kill is something I will never forget. I'm still partial to the exploding penis in the mortuary collection. Personal favorite. And now, I'm so excited to introduce a visionary filmmaker who has an incredible taste for gore. She directed Bingo and is known as La Muñeca del Terror, the one and only Gigi Saul Guerrero.
Amigos, hold on. Let me take this off. Hold on. Much better. Amigos, it's me, Gigi Saul Guerrero, all the way from New Orleans in my lovely hotel, currently shooting my latest feature, Bingo. Don't tell anyone I took off my mask and my glasses, okay? But guys, I am so excited to be here to announce the winner for this year's Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Best Wide Release. Now, hold on. Espérate. Now, I know 2020 was a... But for us horror fans, nada, absolutamente nada. Nothing can scare us. We are prepared for the biggest storms, the biggest virus. We're just that tough, okay? But anyways, let's get to the moment of truth, guys. So, here are the nominees for the Best Wide Release. First up, Freaky. Next, Gretel and Hansel, The Hunt, The Invisible Man, and Underwater. Ahora sí, amiguitos, and the chainsaw goes to... Ta-ra-ta-tan, ta-ra-ta-ra-ta-tan, ta-ra-tan-tan. Oh, this is so fancy. Ay, por favor. Oh, this is nice. And the winner for the Best Wide Release movie is El Hombre Invisible, The Invisible Man. Felicidades! Congratulations! Wow. The crowd is so good. Amigos, take care, be safe, and keep being awesome. Mwah! Besos!
Hello, everybody. I'm Jason Blum. I wanted to make an official announcement that I have lost my mind, that I cannot take another day of quarantine, that I do not yet have the vaccine, and I cannot wait until September to go back into my office. And if you're wondering why I'm carrying two and wearing a third strange object, that is the reason. In the meantime, I just want to say that I am thrilled to accept Fangoria's Chainsaw Award for Best Wide Release Movie for The Invisible Man. Hopefully, there'll be more wide releases soon. First, I want to thank two people, Lee Wanell, who wrote and directed a crazy, amazing movie, and Elizabeth Moss, who is a goddess and a dream to work with, and the movie wouldn't have worked without her. I want to thank the entire cast and crew who poured their hearts into this movie. I want to thank Donna Langley and the whole team at Universal who helped make the movie a success. I, of course, want to thank my Blumhouse brothers and sisters, But most important, I want to thank the fans. I want to thank the Blumhouse fans. I appreciate that you love scary movies. I appreciate that you keep coming to see our movies. And I appreciate you. And hopefully next time I address you, I will be back to normal. Many thanks.
Congratulations to all of our winners tonight. You have chopped and chainsawed and splattered your way into my heart and the hearts of millions of others. We cannot wait to see what you do next. And now, we're going to have a few words from a very special guest, a member of the Fangoria family for over 3 decades. He started as a writer, had an incredible run as managing editor, and to this day is still contributing his expertise and love for horror to Fangoria, the man, the legend, Mr. Michael Gingold.
Thank you very much. Back in the early 1990s, when we first started the Chainsaw Awards, and I produced 5 live ceremonies at the Weekend of Horrors conventions, horror was not as accepted and honored by the mainstream as it is now. Though ironically, our first big winner, The Silence of the Lambs, had just swept the Oscars. But horror is now a much more important part of popular culture and cinema, as witnessed the remarkable diversity of horror films that we saw in 2020, both in terms of subject matter and approach, and in terms of the people in front of and behind the camera. We saw a great variety and a great level of quality in horror this past year, as indicated by the awards you've just seen. And horror was also kind of an escape and a catharsis in a very difficult year. And it also, as kind of a side note, I think introduced a lot of people to the joys of the drive-in, which I hope continues as we go on. But as things start to open up and we start to get back to normal, I think the trials and tribulations of the past year is going to inspire a whole new wave of interesting horror films. I'm looking forward to both seeing them and to honoring them in the Chainsaw Awards next year.
Well, that's the end of our show, as much as we hate to admit it. Wow, looks like I'm the final boy. This has just been a Monster Kid's dream come true to share this virtual space with so many of the incredible masters of the macabre and heroes of horror. But most importantly, it's been an honor to share the evening with you, the fans, watching from the privacy of your own personal crypts and catacombs and haunted houses. Thank you so much for supporting and continuing to celebrate horror and keeping horror alive.
And don't forget the tweeting and the Instagramming at the hashtag Chainsaw Awards.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. What do you say?
And oh, the TikTok.
Does that smell you?
Must be my new deodorant, Night Chard.
Stay put, stay safe, and always remember, watch more horror.
Horror.
That's my line.
This is not fair. There is no justice for Dr. Fearless. I should be hosting the Chainsaw Awards. After all, how many lobotomies have you performed with a chainsaw? I'm sorry.